Okay, good morning. We are headed to Shoppers to pick up an Amazon package. Gonna be doing a little bit of walking. Shoppers is about 30 minutes away from me, and it's two paths we can take. I'm gonna take the path that I haven't taken before. It's kind of cuts through the neighborhood and everything, but from what I see right now, I'm walking towards it. It's a bit of an incline versus the other path. Not as much, but Victoria's kind of like that, where you walk around and you will get a couple more hilly spots. So as I'm walking through this neighborhood, it is just super peaceful. It's a quiet morning. It's a Saturday, May 16th in beautiful British Columbia on Vancouver Island in Victoria, and the weather is it's really nice. It's partly cloudy. I brought this coat kind of just in case because it was a little chilly this morning. The clouds are coming in and out. But man, is it beautiful with all the greenery and all the different types of trees. And each of these houses look really, really nice, like well maintained. Seeing also a lot of these cars on the roads. I see a lot more older cars. A lot of these cars are lasting longer just because it's more mild in this part of Canada. Vancouver Island actually is one of the most mild parts of Canada, and some people actually compare it to, well, some people call it Canada's Hawaii. In the time I've been here, it's been it ranged from I think 11 degrees to 10 degrees to 21 degrees. That's about it. We're still in spring, so it's a little chilly, but once it hits summer, like it's gonna be like averaging 18 to 20 degrees every day. So that'll be really nice. Finding that island life over here is quite slow paced. Everyone seems pretty relaxed, but also it's a weekend, so not many people out, but it's a good day. A lot of people, when I woke up this morning, at least where I'm staying, a lot of people were still asleep because a lot of people like to hit the clubs and everything, so they were out doing that late at night, and so in the morning sleeping in. And yeah, so it was a perfect time to do laundry so that it's not super busy. But I'm glad, to wake up early on weekends, even though you don't have anything to do. I woke up at like 8. I feel like I've done the sleeping in and everything, and it's nice. But I also feel like, at some point, you got stuff to do, sleeping in until 11, 12, you lose half your day just like that. You wake up and you feel like, man, I just lost half my day. So I like to get an early start in the morning. I normally wake up at 6 on work days. It gives me a very chill morning. I get to take my time, brushing my teeth, getting ready for work, and then eat breakfast, and then walk down to where I'm working, and it's super, super chill. Like there's no sort of rush. I usually get to work about 30 minutes early and just stay there. So there's no sort of rush like, I'm gonna be late for work or anything. And it's nice in the morning. You don't have to deal with like the traffic of everyone else also trying to get to work. You're sort of just on your own time, not having to compete. And that's nice. Ooh, there's a school behind me over here. But I think this is where I'm actually supposed to go. Yep. So I'm supposed to cross through here to get to the Shoppers. Check my maps. Exactly. Yeah, I love it out here. The weather's great. Compared to Toronto, like Toronto right now is still like very bipolar in that it gets quite cold and it gets quite hot. I think this week is gonna hit 25 or 27 last I checked in Toronto. Here we're not getting that, and it's definitely way nicer. Well, we made it to the Shoppers. We kind of took a different route than usual, sort of like hitting kind of the back streets where the neighborhood is. Usually, if you go, you would take like, you know, this route where you just walk along the normal street. But that route, that was the first time taking it, and it didn't feel that long. Probably because everything was kind of new, and I was kind of just exploring as I went. And it's sometimes just nice when you visit a place to just walk through random neighborhoods, you know, just kind of get to see what normal life is other than touristy locations. Okay, so I just grabbed my package and everything, and yeah, I'm actually glad I brought this coat because it's getting a little bit more chilly and it's getting a little more rainy. That was the weather for today. They said it would rain, but you know, it's kind of iffy in and out, but it's raining. There you go. So we're just gonna walk back, follow the main road this time, and yeah, see what we see. It's nice. You see the views of the ocean just like right out there. Like we're really, really close to the harbor right now. It's basically just down to my left there. And if you continue down this way, you will get into downtown Victoria. And the Victoria Day, well, we're very close to Victoria Day. That's on May 18th, which is actually coinciding with my birthday this year. So that's gonna be fun. And yeah, they celebrate Victoria Day. They have the fireworks and everything. And it's super busy every single time they do it. So if I do go, yeah, it's a walk. You gotta walk. It's like 40 minutes all the way from where I am into town, and then walk all the way back. But walking might be more worth it because it's so busy that just traffic in downtown it gets so congested because there's people walking and there's like tons of cars and there's a lot of gridlock during that time. The buses, don't even try the buses because they're just gonna get stuck like the cars. You might as well walk outwards, and if you see a bus passing, and then you can catch it. So try to park outside of town, walk back to your car, and then drive the rest of the way to wherever you need to go. So the path I'm taking right now is longer by a bit, but it is also flatter. So there's not as much up and down hills. But I think the reason that it feels so much slower is because I got cars passing me. And with cars passing me, you sort of compare, and everything's relative. Your speed's relative, right? In the neighborhood, you're just kind of chilling, walking on your own. There's really no one else, like nothing else moving, you know, faster than you. So I feel like, okay, yeah. But here it feels longer because you're like, oh man, I wish I had a car, you know? I wish I had a car to get somewhere quicker. But it's nice. It's still nice, and I'm really glad I actually got to do this walk. I usually don't like doing this walk because it's kind of boring. There's not much to see. But today I'm kind of testing out my shoes. So these have some Asics running shoes, and the pads, the insoles, got worn down so much, especially at the ball of my foot, and it was so thin that like walking even like, you know, a bit of a long distance, it starts hurting because yeah, there's no support there. So I bought Dr. Scholl's insoles, installed them, or cut them to size, installed them, and then now they work great. So it's nice to be testing them out today. They don't hurt right now, so that's a good sign. And yeah, hopefully continue to be that way. So I was just at Country Grocer, walking around a little bit, and the prices were just crazy for groceries and everything. Way more overpriced than like what we have in Ontario. One, because being an island, yes, but I don't know, maybe this is not the best place to compare because Country Grocery is more like, I think it might be a bit more local, maybe, I don't know, but it seems like one of those like kind of Loblaws brands, you know, where, or like Farmer's Boy in Toronto, where it's like, okay, they say like they're organic and like all they like get from farmers, and then like they raise prices on those. It's one of those where like jack up prices, not like something like bulk like Walmart or like Food Basics or No Frills or something like that. So yeah, but the prices were quite high actually, you know. For a pound of Red Delicious apples, it was like $2.80 something. Yeah, $2.80. Crazy. For a 2-liter bottle of Coca-Cola, it was, what is it? It was like 9. No, but sorry, not 9. 2.97. And then for chips, like it's like on sale, it was 2 for $8. $4 for a bag of chips. It's crazy. And then, yeah, the rest, I looked around, like broccoli, you're not gonna find anything for under $1. And in Toronto, like when it's on sale, like you can find it for like cheaper than that. Like a crown, I've seen like a crown of broccoli, I think 88 cents. So yeah, it's crazy. It's way different. Island life, I guess, right? And just think BC in general, I think. I'm now headed to Sax Point. It's a nice overlook onto the ocean and the Olympic Mountains on the other side, if there's no clouds. And it's basically just right down this street, right down Fraser Street. You just keep going. I believe this is their community center over here. Oh, so here we go, recreation center. And like the thing I've found out from traveling and going to other places is that unlike Toronto, a lot of the recreation in these places is paid. Toronto has a lot of free recreation programs, lots of free recreation centers. Everywhere else I've gone, like East Coast, West Coast, all paid recreation centers. So that's one thing I gotta say I really like about Toronto. They really got it when it comes to recreation. This is Sax Point Park, and as I said, beautiful day. It's always a little windy out here just because you're by the ocean, It's definitely a little bit cooler over here. It's just really peaceful and relaxing. As you look out, you will see just lots and lots of water. This is salt water around the Pacific, and way off in the distance, barely make it out, is the US side. That is Washington State. And in Washington State, there are the Olympic Mountains, and that's that mountain range that you will see way off in the distance. On a very clear day, you will actually see the mountain tops, peaks with, and in the rainy season you'll see like snow and glaciers on the tops of the peaks, which are really cool. But today the clouds are okay. They're not the worst I've seen. Sometimes it's just a whole wall of clouds just totally blocking that side, but you can at least see some land today, but you just can't see the mountain tops. This would be a really nice place just to chill. Watch a sunrise, sunset, nothing's obstructing you, so both would be good. With the sun out, this place is just perfect. So it's super calming. There's people who actually live right next to this area. There's like houses and everything. I wonder how much those houses cost, but that must be quite a life, waking up to these views every morning. This is what it's all about, West Coast life. As you can see right out there, just exiting the Victoria Harbor, is the ferry to the US side. That lands in Port Angeles. I actually took that ferry once. Bring your car on, and that was part of our Seattle trip last year. You also see a couple cargo ships docked out here. That's a normal occurrence. You just see tons of marine traffic out here. Today's not too busy, but it can get pretty busy. Just feel how calming that is. The waves lapping over the shore repetitively